Jey Uso betrays Roman Reigns. John Cena loses his undisputed WWE Championship. John Cena challenges The Rock. Alberto Del Rio's current WWE status amid his AAA exit. Dominik Mysterio is way too over with the fans. Riddle gets a new look. Hogan breaks silence on his father's death. Roman Reigns almost gets a female WWE star arrested. Let's dive right in. John Cena loses his undisputed WWE Championship. John Cena, the undisputed WWE Champion, faces a massive challenge at SummerSlam 2025. The Cenation leader is set to defend his title against Cody Rhodes in a brutal street fight. Cena has held on to the championship against big names like Randy Orton and CM Punk, but Cody Rhodes is on a whole different level right now. The American Nightmare is angry and ready to unleash chaos. Last week on SmackDown, he forced Cena to sign the contract for their match, showing no mercy. While Cena wants to finish his retirement tour as champion, Cody is determined to rip the title away. Even though John Cena is a heel right now, he's been dropping hints of turning back into a fan favorite. To make that switch, he might need to lose the championship, which he won with help from Travis Scott. The 48-year-old star has been showing signs of wanting to be a good guy again. He's been smiling at fans cheering for him, even while playing the bad guy. After beating Randy Orton at Backlash, Cena fought back tears as the crowd chanted, "Thank you, Cena." He stood outside the ring, looking like he regretted his heel actions. That moment showed Cena wants to reconnect with fans as a hero one last time. Losing the title to Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam could lead to an apology to fans for his recent behavior, kicking off his face turn. Meanwhile, Cody has been acting more like a villain lately. He's grown colder, meaner, and more violent. Last week on SmackDown, he even smashed Cena with the title, something he'd avoided before. At Fanatics Fest last month, Cody spoke to Kay Adams about his face run nearing its end, hinting at a heel turn soon. The creative team might speed things up and have him go full villain at SummerSlam. "I think you have a good solid year, maybe even 3 years, because I am not changing until I'm changed, if that makes any sense," said Rhodes. There's talk that Cody could become a heel at SummerSlam and align with The Rock as a corporate champion. If that happens, it's almost certain Cena will lose the title. Another clue is that World Heavyweight Champion Gunther is rumored to be Cena's final opponent in mid-December. For that match to work, Cena likely needs to drop the title soon and start a face run. Since a heel versus heel match with Gunther wouldn't make sense, Cena must turn face before then. SummerSlam could be the moment he loses the championship and begins his journey back to being the hero fans love. It'll be thrilling to see how this plays out and how fans welcome back the 17-time world champion. John Cena challenges The Rock. John Cena isn't ruling out a last epic clash with The Rock during his retirement tour, but he's leaving it up to WWE. At Fan Expo Denver 2025, a fan asked Cena if he'd face The Rock one more time to cap off his legendary career. The undisputed WWE champion didn't say yes or no, but he opened up about how he approaches his WWE journey. He called the fans' idea fantasy booking, where people dream up exciting matchups. Cena admitted a rematch with The Rock would be awesome, but he's learned over 25 years to keep expectations low and focus on giving his all every single day. Gosh. Fantasy booking. For those who are not inside baseball, fantasy booking is when you take an idea in your head and you're like, man, it would be cool if... That's what I'm hearing here. Man, it would be cool if John Cena could fight The Rock one more time. And that, to me, that would be cool. I've survived and kept a level head over 25 years in the WWE by not setting expectations, by showing up every single day, doing what I'm told, and asking to do it to the best of my ability. Cena explained he doesn't choose his opponents. Instead, he pours his heart into crafting a great story in the ring. He wants to shape the creative process so he can own the results, good or bad. The former Cenation leader said some fans still hold him responsible for ending the Nexus, and he accepts that blame. But he's also proud when people say he's doing his best work now. For Cena, it's not about picking who he fights. It's about earning the trust to tell the story his way, even if it means taking risks. Where I ask for freedom, where I ask for creative expression, is not in the selection of my opponent. It is in the process of how we put forth the work to you guys. That way, I can be accountable for all my failures. You guys say I buried the Nexus? I gotta shoulder that cross forever, 'cause that's me. But there are some wins along the way. Some people say, man, you're doing your best work now. You seem like you're in a different place. And I can live that triumph as well. I don't like to choose opponents because a lot of times that doesn't work out. What I like to do is get a plan and say, hey, as the artist, Can I be creative with the plan? And I've earned enough trust that they'll let me do some stupid stuff, and I appreciate it. The Rock hasn't appeared since Elimination Chamber 2025, where he teamed up with Cena and Travis Scott, and Cena made a dark deal with the final boss. It's uncertain if they'll ever lock horns again, so fans shouldn't get too hopeful. The 17-time world champion got honest about why his farewell tour is the most important chapter of his career. When asked which storyline or wrestler he's loved working with most, Cena didn't hesitate to pick his retirement run, calling it a bold and heartfelt journey that keeps a promise he made years ago. You know what? I hate to be topical, but I'm just going to do it, the farewell tour, because it's something that's never been done. A pro wrestling retirement is like a pro wrestling wedding. Somebody's going to fight. It's going to never happen. So pro wrestling and retirement don't always go together. For Cena, this isn't just a storyline, it's a vow he's honoring. Early on in my career, I made a promise to everybody who shows up and gives their all that once I was a step slower, I would let the young and gifted talent flex their muscle. And that time is now. So, it's time to step away. He even teased fans will know he's serious when his look changes. You guys will know that I'm serious in January, when I don't come back wearing jorts and I'm in a suit. Cena admitted the rollout of his farewell confused some fans at first. I really like the concept of announcing you're going to retire about 6 months beforehand and then going through a year. And I know in January people were confused about what was going on at WrestleMania. They didn't know if that was my last match. Or then the day after in Vegas when we started to do the date thing, people still didn't understand. Now with only 15 matches left, Cena says fans are starting to feel the weight of his goodbye, and he's cherishing every moment. I think now that we got 15 left, people kind of understand that it is coming to an end. And having met all you guys today and heard your stories and heard your passion, I'm so grateful to be surrounded by folks where the little work that I've done has affected you in a certain way, and that makes me feel good. He ended by embracing the emotional journey and the unknown ahead. But I think traveling this road, man, it's uncharted territory. So let's see where it takes us, right? With every match counting down, Cena's farewell tour isn't just a goodbye. It's the most powerful chapter of his career yet. Alberto Del Rio's current WWE status amid his AAA exit. Alberto Del Rio's dramatic departure from AAA has sparked plenty of talk, but WWE seems to have no interest in bringing him back, despite what he's been saying. Inside sources, as reported by Fightful Select, confirmed that Del Rio's status with WWE has not changed following his exit from AAA on July 25th. That night, he lost a fierce match to El Mesias, which ended his storyline and likely his time with the promotion for good. The match's rules forced him out of AAA, slamming the door on what was once a strong comeback. Del Rio has reportedly told folks in the AAA locker room that WWE reached out about a possible Royal Rumble spot, but WWE insiders are shutting down those claims hard. A top WWE official put it bluntly, if we wanted Alberto at all, much less in the Royal Rumble, he'd be here. They added that there was never any difference or change to his status, making it clear WWE has deliberately kept Del Rio at a distance, especially after acquiring AAA. The company made sure Del Rio wasn't a focal point, and even worked to strip him of the AAA Mega Championship earlier this year. WWE knew removing Del Rio as champion might stir up some heat in Mexico when Hijo del Vikingo took the title, but officials felt the short-term fan backlash was worth it for the long-term benefit they had in mind. Inside sources say Del Rio is legitimately done in AAA, and there are no plans for him in WWE either. While Del Rio might try to talk his way back into both companies, it seems like those doors are firmly closed for now. Do you think Del Rio can claw his way back into a major wrestling promotion? Or is this the end of his run? Dominik Mysterio is way too over with the fans. WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio recently jumped on social media to throw some shade at his son, Dominik Mysterio, after his huge moment in AAA. The 619th legend made a bold claim about Dominik, but there was a catch. Rey is currently sidelined with an injury, unable to compete. Dominik, also recovering from a real-life injury, hasn't wrestled in weeks, but is now ready to defend his Intercontinental Championship against AJ Styles at SummerSlam 2025, set for August 2nd and 3rd. Before that big match, Dirty Dom turned heads in AAA, taking down El Hijo del Vikingo and Dragon Lee. He's now gearing up to fight for the AAA Mega Championship against Vikingo, Lee, and El Grande Americano at AAA's Triple Mania 32 on August 16th. After his AAA appearance, Dominik posted on Instagram, showing off the Intercontinental Championship and the Mega Championship, declaring himself the top dog of Lucha Libre. King of the Luchadores, he wrote. Rey caught wind of the post and fired back with a comment. He called Dominik the greatest Mysterio ever, but made it clear he was joking with a cheeky hashtag. Maybe you are the best Mysterio of all time. Not. he commented. WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H also chimed in on X, hyping up Dominik's big AAA moment. He gave a shout-out to El Grande Americano's appearance too, but made it clear he thinks Dirty Dom shines no matter where he goes. Lucha Libre is on fire. Last night in Mexico City, wall-to-wall action from every match, a sing-along with El Grande Americano, and proof that no matter where he is, Dom Mysterio is a star. Triple Mania streams on YouTube August 16th from Mexico City. Are you ready? Wrote Triple H. It's anyone's guess what Triple H and the creative team have in store for Dominik Mysterio's Intercontinental Championship clash with AJ Styles at SummerSlam 2025. Matt Riddle gets a new look. Former WWE star Matt Riddle has switched things up with a striking new appearance. The King of Bros now rocks bright red hair, showing off the change in a fresh photo on his X account. Riddle's time in WWE ended roughly 2 years ago, right after the Superstar Spectacle event in India. Following that trip, he caused a stir at an airport, and many felt his days with the company were over. Sure enough, WWE let him go soon after. Since then, Matt Riddle has been tearing it up on the independent wrestling scene, competing for various promotions over the past 2 years. In a recent X post, he unveiled his eye-catching red hair. Riddle is eager to return to WWE someday. Last year, he spoke with Steven Muehlhausen of SI Takedown about the possibility of making a comeback. Here's what he shared. "The chances of me going back, I think they're extremely high," Riddle said. "If CM Punk, who filed a lawsuit against WWE and then raked them through the mud for a decade, then goes to the competition, I'll tell you this, if he can do that, everything can be forgiven. I know I wasn't the easiest to work with at times. I think the door is always open." CM Punk walked away from WWE on rough terms in 2014, publicly slamming Vince McMahon and the company on his way out. For 9 years, he took shots at Triple H, McMahon, and WWE in interviews and on AEW TV. In a stunning twist, Punk returned at the 2023 Survivor Series, War Games, proving anything is possible. Maybe Riddle's bold new look signals his own path back to WWE. Nick Hogan breaks silence on his father's death. Nick Hogan has finally shared his feelings after the passing of his father, wrestling legend Hulk Hogan, and his touching words have moved fans deeply. In an emotional Instagram post on July 27, 2025, Nick expressed gratitude to everyone who reached out to support him and opened up about the deep pain of losing not only his dad, but also his closest friend and hero. "Thank you to everyone who has reached out to me and comforted me over the last few days. It truly means a lot. I'm sorry to everyone I have not responded to yet. This has been overwhelming and extremely difficult." He spoke about the comfort he's found in hearing stories about his father's incredible impact on people worldwide. "Hearing so many kind words and stories about my dad's life, interactions, and experiences with everyone has been incredible and comforting." Nick described Hulk Hogan as the most loving and supportive dad anyone could hope for, sharing how much their time together meant in recent years. "My dad was the most incredible person I've ever known, and will always be my hero. He was the most kind, loving, and amazing father anybody could ask for. I feel so blessed to have had the greatest dad in the world. He was not only the best dad, but also my mentor and my best friend." He reflected on moving back to Florida to be near his father and treasuring every moment they spent together. "I spent a lot of time with him the past few years after moving back to Florida to be closer to him, and I am so grateful for those memories. They are the best moments in my life." Nick closed his message with a final tribute to the man who was his everything. "I would do anything to have him back, but I know now that he will always be watching over me. I will always remember the lessons and advice he gave me and carry on in a way that I know would make him proud. Thank you for being the best dad in the world, and thank you for being my best friend. I love you so much, big dog, and I will miss you forever." With his words, Nick shared heartfelt throwback photos of himself and Hulk, including special moments from WWE backstage, highlighting the strong bond they had over the years. This comes as the wrestling world continues to grieve, with fans learning more about Hulk Hogan's private struggles with renal failure and COPD in his final weeks. Roman Reigns almost gets a female WWE star arrested. Roman Reigns has been WWE's biggest star for years, and the original tribal chief has fans everywhere. Recently, a well-known female wrestler shared a crazy story about nearly getting arrested while trying to meet him. Roman rose to fame in WWE after the tough breakup of The Shield, handpicked by the old management. It took time for the 40-year-old to become the company's top star, but fans, especially women, were drawn to the longest-reigning Universal Champion early on. Steph DeLander, formerly Persia Pirotta, posted on X, revealing a wild moment from her past. The 28-year-old former WWE star said she almost got nabbed by police while trying to meet Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Axis in 2014. The original tribal chief had no part in her close call with the law, but DeLander shared that the full story is in her autobiography, which traces her path from Australia to WWE's developmental brand and now her work on the indie wrestling scene. I almost got arrested in 2014 trying to meet Roman Reigns at WrestleMania Axis, DeLander tweeted on X. WWE has created countless superstars over its long history. After Hulk Hogan's era, new faces stepped up as the company's stars for years until someone else got their big break with a strong push from management. When John Cena shifted to a part-time role, Roman Reigns took over and became a massive star. But like Cena, the original tribal chief now works a part-time schedule, and WWE is reportedly looking to build new stars to take his place. According to inside sources from the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Triple H's team is focusing on Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu, and Rhea Ripley as the next big names to lead the company. This makes sense, as many top stars are either nearing 40 or already there. Even with his lighter schedule, the day Roman Reigns leaves WWE will be a sad one for fans. Jey Uso betrays Roman Reigns. In the bloodline, family always comes first. Or so it seemed. Jey Uso just threw a curveball at his cousin Roman Reigns right before SummerSlam 2025. The OG bloodline is set to team up one last time, with Jey and Roman joining forces to take on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag team showdown at the biggest party of the summer. But days before this huge match, the Yeet Master dropped a surprising comment. At San Diego Comic-Con, when asked who has the best spear in WWE, Jey picked his rival Braun Breaker over the original tribal chief. I have to go with the young homie, Braun Breaker. Yeah, you guys see it, I don't know. I have to give it to the young homie, though. I have to give it to him, Yeet. I mean, he's from our generational family as well, Steiners, his dad, my dad, raised each other in the game. We're doing the same with him now, so I'm just blessed to be even up here sitting with CM Punk and my cousin Jacob Fatu right now. His words stunned many, especially since Roman, his own blood, brought the spear back to the spotlight over the past 10 years. It seems the patched-up bond between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns might already be cracking. The Yeet Master has his own plans, revealing he's gunning to win back the World Heavyweight Championship he lost to Gunther on Raw last month. But before chasing that title, Jey and Roman must first tackle the challenge of Breaker and Reed in the main event of WWE SummerSlam 2025 Night 1.